Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic on a truly horrible day of weather here in the UK. We had so much rain overnight. My garden is completely flooded. The water is all poured into the basement. It's very exciting, but luckily I am above all that. I'm in the attic as usual, and I am going to be solving a Fog of War puzzle today by the great GDC, a master of Fog of War if ever there was one. This is called Dynamic Chaos, and I think this uses the new Fog of War mechanic that we've seen. Well, the first puzzle I saw that used it was James Sinclair's puzzle from about a week ago. And this is a weird thing where basically, let's say you've got this digit in the grid. Normally, in normal Fog of War, that would clear the fog from those cells, but in this sort of puzzle, it might clear fog from there, or no fog at all. So it's allowing constructors to make different sorts of puzzles, and I mean, that is just a wonderful thing. Some of the brilliant inventive minds in the world of variant Sudoku have therefore been awarded another string to their bow, another tool in their armoury, and well, they're producing some marvellous puzzles as a result. This one's been recommended a lot, and I found it on Logic Masters Germany. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and it's a chaos construction as well, which means that it's not normal Sudoku, where the Sudoku is sort of divided into 3x3 boxes that look like this. The regions, we're going to have to work them out. So how many cells have I got there? 6, 7, 8. That could be a region, for example. So we'd have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in those cells. Anyway, I will read you the rules in a moment or two's time. A couple of things to mention first. Thank you to all those of you who joined us last night for streaming. We did another battle with the Katadoku Pillar, Meme Rista's incredible curated Katadoku Pillar thing where 6x6 Sudokus are all strung together. This was, I mean, we got faced with some beastly puzzles last night. I will remember the puzzle by Jean was absolutely vicious. No, sorry, frog in my throat. Okay, I think I'm alright. Hang on. What was that? Did something... No, I don't know what that was. I feared something had flown in my mouth, but no, it wasn't. Anyway, it was a very difficult puzzle indeed, as was... there was another one. I think it was by... Oh, I'm going to get the author wrong, and I'm going to feel bad about that. But it had sort of Kropki dots. Oh, was it Chameleon? Was it Grammar Nazi by Chameleon? That was also very hard indeed. Anyway, fascinating things, and we will return to it in due course. That seemed to be the wish of the audience. So anyway, we'll be back to streaming probably around the same time next week. If you do enjoy Fog of War Sudoku, then do check out our new app. It's our most popular app we have ever made. I think we have a suite of 12 Sudoku apps now. Our Sudoku apps are rather cool because they feature all handcrafted puzzles by some of the great and the good of the Sudoku community, people like Vista Mafel and Codec and Marty Sears, and indeed James Sinclair. So have a look. You will enjoy it. Over on Patreon, I have been in contact with Maddie, who won this month's competition, and Maddie is keen to make a Sudoku video with me, so we're going to set that up and hopefully make a video that we can share with the world in due course. And we're busy working on December's monthly reward, which is going to be themed on sort of dating and swiping right, and you're going to have to match grids together, and well, it's going to be something unusual, but we hope you're going to like it. And then a few announcements birthday wise as well. And well, in fact, I'm firstly going to say thank you to Vincent for who's been watching the channel for a long time and thought he would make a rock guitar version of our intro music. I call it our intro music. That's doing Mozart's Piano Sonata number 16, the most incredible disservice. Anyway, the music we use for our intro is that Piano Sonata, and Vincent has made a rock guitar version. Very well played it is too. I tweeted about it earlier, Vincent. So you should be able to find it there. I will put a link under the video as well. I think Vincent's from Holland originally, but living in Spain. And I'll also thank Johannes as well for sending me Laszlo Buring's version of Losing My Religion as if it had been done by Dire Straits. So two of my favourite things mashed together. So Johannes, thank you very much for sending me that. Now on the birthday front, I'll start by saying a happy birthday to Vangelis for yesterday. I'm a bit late with that one. Vangelis turned 24 and Vangelis' girlfriend Maria is absolutely sick of hearing our intro music. Well, I'm sorry about that, but get into variant Sudoku. Honestly, it's a good thing. Trust me. And I've got a dreadfully late birthday to do as well. Abby, I am so sorry about this, but your partner Kate wrote to me in plenty of time, and your birthday was on November the 4th. This is about the latest birthday we've ever done, and you turned 26 down there in Wellington, New Zealand. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened to that message, but as I was looking today, I found it unread in our inbox. I do know that you love Fog of War puzzles, so I hope today's puzzle goes as something of an apology for my tardiness, and I hope you had a great birthday and you had chocolate cake, of course. And then Kate, it's your birthday. This is a different Kate. Your husband Stephen wrote us a most incredible email about how the two of you met, I want to say about 5 years ago, got married in 2022, if I'm remembering the email correctly, but you've had to live in different countries. So one of you's in Canada, one of you's in America, in the whole of the period, because of sort of student life, work life, visas, and I gather this is all being sorted out, and 2025 will mark the year when you can finally sort of be in the same country and live together. So I'm sure that will be an immense relief to the two of you. And I will tell you, Kate, that Stephen's email included a rather wonderful line. He said he would go through the 5 years again, you know, just if he knew he could be with you at the end of it. So Stephen's email, Kate, was extremely lovely about the two of you and what you mean to him. So Kate, I hope you have an absolutely great birthday today. And that is all the news. Let's have a look at Dynamic Chaos and see what GDC has in store for us. GDC is so good at Fog of War puzzles. There was one GDC made where there was a digit around here in the fog that was one of the most remarkable digits ever in a Sudoku. Anyway, let's read this one. We've got to divide the grid into nine cell regions of orthogonally connected cells, each containing 9 orthogonally connected cells, and place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column and region. So once we've got the regions, let's say that was a region, then we'd have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in that region, as well as ensuring obviously digits 1 to 9 in every row, digits 1 to 9 in every column without repeats. Dynamic fog. The grid is covered in fog. Placing a correct digit in a cell lifts fog in that cell and possibly other cells, revealing new clues. Okay, so I don't think I was misleading you. I didn't realise that, say I got this digit, I didn't realise it would clear the fog from that cell. But I suppose if you've already got that cell, that's not terribly useful. But I guess it could have, I don't know if there are arrows in this. Maybe there aren't. Anyway, let's carry on. Squares. Some cells contain a grey square inside them. Okay, we can't see any of those, I don't think. The digit in such a cell is equal to the sum of the up to 8 surrounding digits that are in different regions. Good grief. Okay, so let's invent a region. Let's say that's a region. And let's say that cell has a square in it. Yeah, that's quite good actually, isn't it? So let's imagine this. I don't know if I have a way of showing a square in a region. I don't think I do. So we just have to imagine there's a square in this squell. Then I think that squell would be summing those 3 cells. Because those are the 3 cells in the 8 surrounding cells that are not in the purple region. So I think that's how it works. That feels right to me. Crop key pairs. Digits separated by a white dot differ by 1 and belong to the same region. So if this was, if these two cells were connected with a little white dot between them, we would know those two cells were in the same region, and that they were consecutive numbers. Now, okay, so this rule is the really strange rule. A digit n on an arrow, so we do have an arrow in the grid, counts how many cells it sees of its region in the indicated direction, including itself. Region borders block vision. Additionally, the digit n plus 1 must appear immediately behind the first seen region border. Each arrow must therefore see a region border within the grid. So okay, you can see that that's going to be a useful place to start then. But let's imagine this cell. Let's try and do a different one, because that one you'll accuse me of solving if I explain how that one works, because I can see how that one's going to work. But let's do this one. So let's imagine that cell had a north pointing arrow. What would that mean? So it would be counting how many cells, how many purple cells, including itself, there were in this direction, up to a region border that must exist in this direction. So if the region border was here, then I don't want to put a 3 in here in case it's correct and it reveals fog, but that would be a 3. Those would be purple. 1, 2, 3. And that digit, I think, would be a 4, because the digit n plus 1, this is a 3, so I think that would be a 4. Yeah, it's like the first seen cell that's not in its region is 1 greater than the number that you've put in the arrowed cell. I sort of understand it. That feels right as well. So it's a bit like the squell or the square or whatever it was. I think I understand the rules now anyway. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking with Fog of War. You always know where to start. I forgot to turn her off, and I don't know what I said then that triggered Alexa, but she's making the noise. It's a proper edition of Cracking the Cryptic when the lady beginning with A makes an appearance. I haven't heard Maverick yet today, probably because of the weather, so we might avoid a Maverick, but let's go. So doesn't this have to be a 1? And doesn't that have to be a 2? Because this arrow is saying there's a region border seen by the arrow. That's what the final line of the instruction says. Each arrow must see a region border within the grid. Well, the only place I can draw a region border is there. So this is only seeing itself. So that is a 1. That's annoying, because I hoped... Oh, okay, that wasn't... Yeah, that wasn't in the fog. Yeah, so that is conceivable with the new form of Fog of War. If we put 2 there, what do we get? Ah, okay, so that is right. That is right. The two, placing the 2 has cleared the fog from the corner and revealed this one. Right, well, let's immediately start doing some region building then, because we should do that. That's the exciting part of doing chaos constructions. So that digit, there must be a border, mustn't there? Ah, that's it. Oh, that's very clever. Right, this can't be a 1, because if it was a 1 it would be some colour, but then this cell would be in a different region to this, and this would have to be a 2, which it can't be. Now it can't be a 2 by Sudoku, and it can't be greater than 3, because if it was, say, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be in the green region, and there wouldn't be a region border above it. So this is a 3, I think, and there must be a 4 there. And it cleared the fog over there. Oh, that's lovely. Right, let's give this some colour. Now, these therefore have to be in the same region as this one, and the green region has to get out. Oh, I like this very much already. Okay, so look, and we should also, I like delineating the boundary. Actually, I'll do it this way. For some reason, this makes me think I'm solving the puzzle, but it does. Now, that purple region has to grow. And we've got a new thingy here. Oh. Yes, doesn't that have to be a 3 as well? I mean, it can't be 1 or 2. If it was 4, again, we'd be saying all these 4 cells are in the same region. Oh. No, and it can't be a 5, because although that would be a region border, that cell would then have to be a 6, not a 2. So this is a 3. Oh, it's very... Oh, no, that didn't clear fog. And then that would be a 4. Oh, that is right. Okay, so these are in the same region. Now, yeah, a little principle about chaos construction is that this region, whatever it is definitely not the green region, because you can't envelop the purple region in a which itself has to reach 9 cells to be quorate, doesn't it? So this has to grow and be 9 cells large in some way. And then if you think about wrapping the green region around this 9-cell region, it's not going to be able to get to here in time. I mean, the simplest way to see that is to build the most efficient region you can, and then think about enveloping it. And if you count the number of cells in the purple region, you exceed 9. So this is not possible. Oh, be careful. So this region is different from the green region. The purple region has to get out. The green region has to keep growing. So we get to draw some more borders. Oh, loads of borders. And look, we've revealed a new squell here. Now the squell, what was the rule about the squell? Oh, yeah, I suppose it is grey, isn't it? Yeah, okay. The digit in a cell equals the sum of the up to 8 surrounding digits in different regions. Right. So we're adding at least those 3 purples and that, depending on whether this is also not in green, effectively. Well, okay, so those 3 cells are going to add to at least 7, because this can't be, I can't make that 1 because it would repeat the 1 in purple. So the minimum sum of those is 7. That could be a 1. That is a 1. I see the point now. This is a 1. Because if this wasn't a 1, it would be at least a 5 by Sudoku, and we can't add 5 to 7 and write that digit in here without it being a double-digit number. So that is a 1. And we got another squell as a result of that. Now, okay, I don't know what that means yet. Let me think. This digit can't be enormous, can it? At the moment we're seeing 6. So this could be as high as 3, but no larger. So this is 2 or 3. Otherwise this would be greater than 9. So this square is 8 or 9. And this one, well, that one seems a lot more open-ended to me. Oh, no, but it includes that one. That's interesting. Okay, so if we look at the 8 cells that surround this one, they include those 3 as a minimum. And this one is at least 5. So again, this is at least 8. So this is 8 or 9 as well. Because 1 plus, well, let's say 5 there. That's 6, 7, 8 as a minimum. So this can only be 5 or 6 then. But am I missing a trick there? Why? Yeah, am I going to make both of them? If I make that 3, do I make them both 9? Is that the point? That might be the point. If I make that 3, I certainly make the top one 9. Yeah, and I make the bottom one 9 as well, don't I? Yeah, this is the point. If this was 3, let's just double check this. These add up to 8 plus 1 is 9, so the top one is 9. But also that helps this bottom one, which is at least 1 plus 5 plus 3, which is also 9. So this is 2. Oh, you rotten thing. You rotten thing. That's outrageous. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful logic. Oh, GDC. Okay, this is great. Right. Now, what about this digit? That's the one we need to focus on now. Because at the moment, we're on a count of 7 plus 1 is 8. So my question is it possible that this is not green? And it could be any colour. But if it's not green, what is it? And it's not a 1 is the point, or actually, or a 2, I hadn't seen that. But it's then at least a 3. Now it can't be a 3 and contribute to the total here, because we've only got 1 spare. We're on 8 at the moment, so if that could be a 1, it could have worked, but by Sudoku it can't. So that has to be green, which pushes purple. Let's do some borders. Let's do some borders. Yeah, okay, and that, I suppose what that does is it satisfies this. That is therefore 8. Oh, did that clear? I'm not sure that cleared the fog. I could have got that wrong then. How do I tell? Oh. Oh no, the fog is already cleared from that cell, even though I haven't got it. That's weird. Okay, well that's 9. Oh, that's definitely right, because that went off down the grid. That's so strange. So now, this digit is presumably where we look next. Yeah, this is really beautiful, isn't it? I love the idea of this. You can sort of see what's going on. If we think about trying to put low digits in here, obviously 2 and 4 are out of bounds. 1 and 3 are in theory possible, but they're both too small. Because if this is 1, you have to put 2 here. And if this is 3, you have to put 4 here, and that's impossible. So this is at least a 5. Yeah, doesn't it have to be 5 then? I'm just going to put 5 in small. If it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the border, and that can be a 6. That's the only way it can possibly work. So that's 5. That's 6. I think that did clear fog. I saw a very slight change of hue there. So all of these are in the same region. Now, could that region be orange is the next question. If it was orange... No, that wouldn't work. That's interesting, actually. If that's orange, we can connect orange up and make a 9-cell region. But where would you put 1 and 3 in column 3? We can't put them both here. So we couldn't put them in. You obviously can't repeat 1 and 3 in the region. So this is a new region. So it needs a new colour. And we will choose the colour of yellow. I don't really like orange and yellow being in such close proximity, but looking at my options, I think this is probably the best bet I've got from my palette. So what does that mean? Who knows? Oh, we've got another contributor to the 9 now. Yes, this. Oh, I see. This has to be a 1. Because then, in fact, this has to be green as well. Because if we count the cells around the 9 clue, at the moment we've got 1 plus 2 plus at least 5, which is 8 already, plus this digit. So that has to be 1. That has to be 5. This has to be green. So we can do some more delineation. Look. I've got to put 1 into green somewhere. Actually, that is not such a stupid question. I suddenly realised I've got 1 ruling out these squares. Where? Yes, I see. Right, so let's think about green as a 9-cell region and ask where it's getting a 1 from. Now we've got 3 1s in the first 3 columns already, so it's not one of those columns, is it? So if green does not emerge from the first 3 columns, it could never pick up a 1. Now how does it emerge from the first 3 columns? It certainly doesn't emerge by going down here, because it wouldn't be a 9-cell region, it would be about a 20-cell region. So it must go through there, and that's going to push purple over. Oh. It's still got to get a 1 from... Where's it going to get the 1 from? How many cells is it now? 7. Yeah, because it... this is so clever. It's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful setting, because now I've got 7 cells. I've only got 2 cells left to grow green, and I can choose any direction to go, but I've got to get to a cell that can contain a 1. Now I'm going to claim that's the only possible cell, because these two rows are out. I can't get there, and I would pen in purple anyway. So that's got to be the 1. And it was correct. So those 2 are both green. Green is finished. Let's fence green in. Now what do we need to put in green? 3, 5, 7. So where's the 5? It's there. And we get another strange an oddness emerging from the fog there. So does that have to be yellow? If that's... No. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, hang on, that can't be. Oh, sorry, I was... Yeah, well, the point is my first thought was wrong. My first thought was that this was going to be... No, well, my first thought was right, but I didn't... No, the way it worked in my brain, actually, what it was thinking was wrong. This can't be a 1. So it is bumping into yellow before it sees anything. So if it was a 2, this would be a 3. That's what it is. Yeah, if this was a 3, then this would be a 4, and it would clash in the column. So this is a 2, and that is a 3, and that's right. Goodness me, it's quite easy, I think, to make a mistake here. That 3, what's that? That's not part of orange. Oh, okay, so there's another region that we've just found down here. I've really run out of good colours. I'm going to have to use red, and I've now got yellow and red in the vicinity of orange. Okay, so how does orange get to be 9 cells large? It's going to have to come down there, even if it took all of those. And how does red get to be 9 cells large? Well, even if it can't take all of those without cutting off orange, it could take 2, but it's definitely going to have to come out at the bottom here, isn't it? How many cells? 3, 4, 5. Oh, and that's lovely as well. Look at that. So now orange has been corralled into sort of an area in the southwest corner of the grid, a sort of California over here. And it's only got space to be 9 cells exactly. So it must suck all of that space in. And we have to do that. We can do a little bit of drawing in the bottom. And then we must... Oh, well, the 3 and the 7 are now done here. Oh, I was hoping that was going to reveal a new clue. 5. Where's 5 in column 2? That's a reasonable question. Can't be an orange, there's already been a 5, and it can't be there by Sudoku. So that's a 5. Didn't reveal a new clue. And we haven't put 2, 4 and 6 into these squares, so I will pencil mark that and hope I can see something that emerges as a result. And I'm failing to see anything there. Oh, this is actually a little bit worrying now, because... Ah, no, I see something. I see something. This 2-4 pair, that has to live in orange. Where does it go? It's going to have to go there, and that's at least going to give me a 6 here. Oh, thank goodness. And then I get a new clue to help me. So, is this red? If it's red, it's a 5, and it can't be a 5, so it's not red. So it's a 1 or a 2. And if it's a 2, it won't work. Because if it's a 2, this cell would be a 3, and it's already been a 3, so this is a 1. Oh, that's a 2. Oh, we've got a new squell. We've got... Well, what does that mean? Obviously there's a region border here. If that 2 was... that 2 is red, actually. Because imagine it wasn't. Let me just make it blue for a moment. It would have to grow, wouldn't it? And then red couldn't reach 9 cells in size. It would be trapped in by a sort of wall of bluishness. So we don't want to do that. That is red. This is... It's not yellow. Yellow's already had a 1. So this is a new colour. I'm going to use... I think purple or dark green. Dark green, I mean, it's very unlikely. It could do that, in which case I will change it, but I'll start with dark green on the basis that it's, in theory at least, quite far away. This square must be red. Red has to grow. It can't just take that, can it? So it's got to take this. I see. Yeah, that's lovely. Okay, look at this squell. That squell is counting the cells in that region that are not red. Now, if this was red, that would be a 5, but we've already got a 5 in red, so that must be yellow, which means we can do some more boundary drawing. It's a lovely puzzle, this, because it's the difficulty is it just feels like sort of a perfect difficulty. It's not trivial, but it's not monstrous either. And what you do find is so satisfying. Now, what is this then? So that's got to be a 4. It can't be 1, 2, or 3. And we're adding 5 to this digit, so it's got to be 4. So that got a new one. That's a 9. That didn't do anything for us. But look at this column now. 6, 7, and 8 to place. That must be worth a pencil mark. That's not 8. Okay, it wasn't worth a pencil mark apparently, but we did get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that could be... no, it can't be. It can't be red, actually. Because if it's red, it's a 3. And that would have a 4 in the correct place, but it would put a second 3 in red. So it's lower than 3. And again, okay, so it also can't be 2, because then these would be the same, and that would be a 3. So this is a 1. And that's a 2. That did clear fog. Okay, so that was correct. And that 2 can't be red. Oh, so there's all sorts of shenanigans going on here. So we've got... I mean, it looks very likely that this is going up, but... maybe it's possible it doesn't do that. But we can certainly extend red. So red is this big U-y shaped thing. So that's now yellow. Yellow is still not core 8, is it? 4, 5. Yellow has to get out. So yellow is finished. Now, how big's red? Red is 6, 7. Red. Okay, so red is growing and it's becoming a sort of a Loch Ness monster type shape, isn't it? Oh, well that's trapped the 2 in. So the 2 is green, and the green must come out here. And the green, remember, is a different colour to this. So that's purple now. And we'll keep... I could make it orange, actually, because it definitely can't touch that. Yeah, I'll make it orange. draw some more boundaries in. The green has to grow. And now we think, well, I'll tell you one thing. I've got to put a 1 into the Loch Ness Monster. And if you have to do that, you've got to put it in there. Didn't clear any fog. But what do we have left to put in? 4, 7 and 8 into those squares. So let's put that in. That 4 is taking care of this digit. That 4, if we scan all the way to the top, is taking care of that digit. So this becomes a 4. That cleared a squell. Now, 6 is nearly restricted in, I'm not sure how to describe that, bagpipes or something. Oh, it looks like one of those emoticons. Now, where next do you think? We probably have to look at this square. Oh yeah, this square that can't be green, because then this would just be a 1. So green is not allowed into this square. I don't know whether that's orange. Obviously it's incredibly likely it is. But green now is going to have to wrap round here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to have to keep going. 7. And what we know is that this digit is 1 lower than this digit. So that's quite interesting, given how much we've already got in row 8. Yeah, so that's 3, 7 or 8, I think. It can't be 9, because this would have to be 10. This can't be 8, actually, because that would be a 9, and that would clash. So it's 3 or 7, and this is 4 or 8. And if this was 7, 8, that would be 8, 7. This would be 7, 8 then, because orange hasn't got a 7 and 8 in it. That would be 7, 8. This would be 6, 9. Oh, it's still, yeah, that looks very likely to be correct to me, because it works. Right, what on earth do I do now then? I don't know. I'm not sure. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I have to pencil mark them? I'm very loath to do it. I mean, that's 7, 8 or 9. That's 6, 7 or 8. You see, it could be relevant. If that's an 8, I've then got a 6, 7, 8 triple in the bottom row. These would be 3 and 5. No, they wouldn't. I've already got 5. I was thinking that doesn't feel right. It'd be 3 and 4. If this was 8. 3 and 4. Chance of a 3 in the corner. Well, it must... It must be Sudoku of some sort, mustn't it? Because there's not much else we can do at this juncture. This digit hasn't appeared in the yellow region. And we know 6 is in one of these squares, so the other one is that digit. So this is also 6, 7 or 8. So these squares... they definitely include 3 and 9, don't they? Well, they do. That is certainly true. That's definitely not a 3. It's not quite enough, I don't think. Oh, I've got no. Hang on, I've got a 3 there as well. So I can get 3 in the. It didn't do anything. You rotten puzzle. Okay, so these are from 7, 8, and 9. Oh, sorry, there's an ambulance or something going by outside. And is that in any way helpful? I don't know. I'm not sure. Do we learn anything else about anything up here from all of this extra work we've been doing? And it could, we might have to ask mad questions like, let me think about a mad question we could ask. Haven't come up with one yet, but something like, where's 4 in this region? I mean, obviously at the moment it can be in the bottom row, but if it wasn't in there, it would have to be somewhere up here. Okay. Have we used all of the... We know this cell is not green, don't we? I mean, if it wasn't orange, then it would have to come out there. Orange would have to come up here. Oh, there's almost sort of naked singlage going on in column 6. I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. So, I mean, if we were to go Goodliff on this, we could do that. But look at that one. That can't be 5, 6, or 9. So that is only 7 or 8. That can't be 5 or 7 actually. No, I think that's. I'll leave the pencil mark in for that one because that's almost interesting. Okay. Right. So where on earth do I look now? I've got to look at... I don't know. I'm it's a bit discombobulating actually because I'm not actually having any good ideas as to where to look either. Oh, my phone's going mad. That's some Apple News announcement. That 9 is correct, isn't it? Have I used all the arrows I've been allowed to use? I think I have. All the arrows have been incredibly kind in the sense we've immediately been able to write in the digits and know where the boundaries go. Yeah, this row is almost interesting, isn't it? That digit is 3, 7, 8 or 9. How could that be? Ah, that can't be 3. There must be another way of seeing that, but the reason it can't be 3 is if it was 3, where would I put 3 in the bottom row? Nowhere is the answer. But if that isn't 3, where do we put 3 in this row? And the answer is there, so that's a 3. Oh, you rotten puzzle, it did nothing. That's quite unbelievable. That's quite unbelievable. Oh, no, it does do something, doesn't it? Because knowing this is 3 makes that 4. Oh, thank goodness for that. So that's 4. Well, is that what we would know? That wasn't what I thought was going to happen. I thought these were going to be resolved. But I still don't know whether that's in orange or not. Oh, where's 3? Oh, look, where's 3 in the bottom row? It's there. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. So this is 6, 7 or 8 now. Rather distressingly. Oh, how many 3s have we got in the grid? Loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 2 more 3s to come, and purple has to get one of them. Is that what we're supposed to be asking? Where does purple get? No, it's okay. Purple's got, I think, plenty of scope. Purple could get it from there. Oh, hang on. Have I never seen that clue? How long's that been there for? I'm so sorry. I didn't see this clue. Bobbins is the question. Okay, well, it's not a 1 or a 2, so it's at least a 3. It can't be 4. Because if it's 4... Oh, so this is where it gets its 3 from. That's so strange. That's going to give me the last 3 in the grid. So this... yeah, this has to be 3. If it was 4, this would need to be 5, and it can't be. So that is 3, and those are all. I'm going to do the purplification first. That did nothing, but that does give me a 4 here, which did nothing as well. Oh, no, that does something. 4 and 2 go in here. I didn't see that revealing anything. And we know that that's a boundary, don't we, there. So this is some new region. But isn't the point now that we know we've got 8 3s in the grid, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there should be a row. This row has not got a 3 in it. And it goes there. So that's a 3. Oh. That's on a dot. So that's a 2 or a 4. And don't these have to be in the same region? Well, yeah, that's interesting. They have to be in the same region. And how many regions have we got in this puzzle now? That's probably worth thinking about. 1, 2. Because this is a new region, isn't it? Because all 9 3s basically are hypothecated to each. That if we just define the regions by the 3s, we'll have identified the 9 regions in the puzzle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this one, which is almost certainly in the orange region, but I don't know. Oh, I need to read that. That's okay. That's all. That's about a place I go on holiday. Okay. So, do we give this its own colour, or do we worry about it being orange? I'm not sure. And how big is this region now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 2 more cells left in that region that we're going to have to... Oh. Nearly. Oh, no. Better. Yes. Yes. Where does this region get 5 from is an interesting question, I think. Because... remember, this 4 is not purple. So I don't know what colour these are, but let's just give that a quick colour. I'll give it light green just to show you what I've noticed. I've got 2 5s in this row. So we've got 2 more cells we can grow purple by. And we have to get to a cell, or a squell, that can contain a 5. Well, we can't get round here to say this square, can we? We can't have the 5 if that's a 5, because that's in that region which is not purple. So this may be it, but we have to definitely go to this square. Yeah, I mean, one way of thinking about it is one of these 2 squares is definitely a 5. But I don't know whether purple goes here, or indeed whether this is the purple 5, but this definitely has to be in purple. Otherwise there is no cell that we can pick up a purple 5 from. So blue grows as a result of that. Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow, GDC again. Right, look. This, I don't know what colour this is, but I do know it's definitely not blue. And in fact, it's definitely not purple either. Let's just make this red for a moment. Look at what's happened to blue now. Where's blue going? Ah, now I hadn't thought of one thing here. Well, no, that doesn't work. Bobbin's face. Well, no. Well, okay, I'm going to change my question, which I still think this makes this a valid question. Where is blue's 2? It can't get one from the first 2 rows, can it? So blue needs to at least get down to this row to get a 2. And the only way it can get there now, because there's effectively a wall of red and purple, so it's going to have to go at least to there, at least to here, to get a 2. And if that's the case, you can't squeeze another region in the corner, because if that was not blue, it would have to grow to be 9 cells wide, and then blue would have to wrap round it, and we've said that's impossible. So both of those are blue. Blue has now reached 8 cells, so we've only got one more cell of blue to find, and we've only got one more cell of purple to find. And oh, I see. Right, but this question I've just asked for 2, I can ask for 4 as well. And if I ask it for 4 as well, what on earth do we do? We've got to take blue down there, finishing blue off. That is absolutely lovely. Not only that, this is a 2-4 pair. It has to be. So that's a 2-4 pair. So what do we need in this row? 7 and 8. So this is 7 or 8. That's gorgeous. Look at this column. 7, 8 pair. So that is a 6. I think that did clear fog. Now what about, okay, so where's 5 in this column? There is the answer. That's 9 by Sudoku. Oh, that's weird. So it clears that fog. I don't understand that. This isn't 9 anymore. It still hasn't, my excessive pencil marking of column 6 has not paid dividends, which I'm sort of delighted about. Where do you put 1 in the blue region? There. Oh, look at that. Okay, that has done a lot of different things. This has to be green now because white dots don't delineate boundaries. That one I don't know about. It's not blue, but it could very well be green. How big is green now? Green, yeah, green is 8. So if that is green, these are definitely not green. Yeah, that doesn't work. Wow. Okay, this is complicated. If this is green, green is now quarate. It has reached 9 cells in size, which means these 3 cells, I don't know what region they're in, but they're definitely not green. Now this digit is at least a 5. So those 3 digits add up to at least 8. 5, 1, 2 or something like that. I don't actually know if that's possible, but that's the minimum. But we've still got to add that digit in, which is at least a 2. So we'd be at 10, wouldn't we? Minimum, and that can't be at 10. So we need to definitely do that. This is probably red, but I don't know. Yeah, that's quite interesting as well now, because actually this digit, which is contributing to the size of this squell, is not 1, 2, 3 or 4, so that is at least 5. It's 5, 7. It can't be 8, can it? Because if it's 8, we're adding at least 2 to it. So it's 5 or 7, and this is even then by parity across the white dot. And it's not 4, so this is 6 or 8. And we don't know which. Bobbins. Okay, but this is now definitely odd as well, isn't it? Because we're adding an even digit to an odd number. No, but we could have a 1 messing that up from one of these squares. Say this. No, that couldn't be it because that would be green. I suppose, okay, this digit is at least 7. That is certainly true, because we're adding at least 5 to at least 2. So that's 7, 8, or 9. We've almost got something going on, haven't we? Yeah, well, actually we have. It's much easier. Where's 5 in the column? In column 9. Because of this 5 taking care of that square. That is a 5. Therefore, that is a 6. I don't know if I don't think I'm getting anything from this. I might be. I might be missing a trick, but I don't think that cleared any fog. That's now no longer a 6, so this is a 6 in the opposite corner. It's quite difficult because you have to sort of almost unfocus your eyes to see whether it changes anything. Right, these are 7, 8 and 9. There's a 7, 8, 9 triple in this row. So these are 1 and 2, and I can fill them in by Sudoku. So that's 1. That's 2. We don't resolve this. We know that this 1, oh, that 1 is, what colour? I've got so many colours going on. I'm not sure. That 1 though, if that was not in this one's colour, that would throw the parity argument for those squares out, wouldn't it? This we need, oh I see, yeah. Look, green needs a 7, 8 or a 9 to complete this triple. Well, it's not getting it from here, is it? So the only place green can go to is there, and that's huge, because green in growing to there now is not only completed, but look what it's done to that 3. That 3 has to go, orange has to grow up through there, and then it can't jump into the 1, because the 1, we've already had a 1 in orange. So these are all in the same region. So, okay, let's take stock here, because I think what we need to do, this region is not the same as this region. This region must be red, mustn't it? How could it not be? All the 3's define the regions. So that one can't get to another 3. So this is red. Therefore that is red. This one has a 4 in it, which is very annoying. I know that this one is either green or red. So green or red, orange or red. Oh, well, hang on. There's not enough space. If this one was red rather than orange, and I tried to give it as much space as I could, orange is not big enough. So this one is orange. Therefore, that's orange. Okay, purple is 8 cells large, so purple can never get there, so that's red. This digit, that now is 7 or 9, because we are only adding 2 digits together. This is 7, 8 or 9 in the corner. And I am tempted to do that in the hope of it yielding some sort of breakthrough, but it doesn't seem to want to. Oh, look at this row. I've got a 7, 8, 9 triple, so that's a 5. That's good. Well, it's not. It's good-ish. So that's it shunted the 5 that I know I needed in purple into this square. So this isn't 5 on this white dot, which is potential. Oh, okay. Where's 9 in this column? It can't be in these squares, so it's on the white dot. So that must be a 9, 8 pair. So this is 6. This is 7. This is 8. I don't know if that means I know this digit or not. Okay. Surely this is all finished now, isn't it? He says desperately. This is 4 or 8 by Sudoku. That's 2, 4 or 8 by Sudoku. Okay, so what digits do we need in purple? We need 6 and we need 7. But we've got one of them. So does that have to be the other? Or could that be 6 or 7? We've got 6, 7 and 9 to find in row 2 as well. If I could get that digit, I know that digit. This 8 is doing some work down there. That's 7. So that's 8. So that's 7. So this is 8 now. That's 8. That's 9. Okay, this is 7. Is Sudoku going to come to our rescue? It so rarely does, but maybe... No. Well, I have got a 7-9 pair in this row now. So this is... where's 5? In this row, it's there, isn't it? So that's 5. Didn't do anything. That's therefore 6. Also didn't do anything. Well, I suppose it allows me to slightly clear up some pencil marking at the top of the grid. 8 comes out of this square. Yeah, it must be... Oh, 7 can come out of those squares. Have we got an 8 in anything here? No. Oh, yeah, we have got an 8-9 pair in row 7. So that makes that 7 and that 9, which makes this 7, which makes this 2, which makes that 4 and that 2. So this isn't 2. 4-8 pair here. This 4 is lovely. That's doing this square. It's probably been available for ages. I just didn't see it. This is a red digit, so that's 6 or 9. Where does orange get 7 from? That's quite an interesting question. That's huge. That's the only place it can get 7 from. So those two are both orange, and I think that makes orange finished. And that's going to be helpful, because you can see now that the only place purple can get its last digit from is there. And that's going to resolve purple. Beautiful. And then this must all be red. And that 6 is resolving this as well. So everything's going to flow from this. 6, 7, 8 in the corner, 6 here, 8 here, 9 here. I think the fog is clearing underneath. Oh, I've finished. Have I finished? What a beautiful puzzle. I think I've finished. Yes, I've finished. Whoa, look at this. 320 people in 2 days. This is what these magnificent Fog of War puzzles are doing for Sudoku. Everybody sees them. Everybody sees a great constructor like GDC and goes, yes, I'm going to spend my puzzle time doing that. And quite right too. That is absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. And it really wasn't too... I mean, I know it's taken me an hour, but... there was one point I felt a bit stuck. The 3 down here. Yeah, that was... I got a bit stuck there. But otherwise, it was so smooth. And it's just a beautiful puzzle. Lovely, lovely to solve. GDC, take a bow. Let me know in the comments how you got on with this one. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.